Dear children, in the classification of macronutrients, nutrients into micro and macro, the energy providing nutrient is, if a question comes, what is energy providing nutrient? Carbohydrate. Now come to the remaining macronutrients, and the second one is called proteins. You well known about protein diet. Proteins are very important macronutrients to give us growth and also to repair our body cells. If any body cells are lost in injury, if you lose some skin cells, the skin cells should be replaced, repaired. So new cells to be formed. Growth is nothing but called formation of new cells by increasing its body size. So if new cells are formed, the body size will be increased. So growth and repair of body organs or cells is done with the help of a macronutrient called protein. So if you take protein diet, our muscles will increase, our cells will increase, the growth will take place. And next one is called fats or called lipids. Fats or lipids is a kind of macronutrients which we need in the large quantity, but not as large quantity as carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Which macronutrient is required in the large quantity? The first thing is carbohydrate. Next come to proteins, and then comes to the last one called fats. Fats are required in some limited amount. What is the reason of supplying fats or lipids to the body? They serve us as a reserve food. They are useful for us as a reserve food and also used as insulator. What is insulator? We came to know in the previous classes. So fats or lipids are first of all used as a reserve food. What is reserve food? Whenever food is not supplied to the body. For example, you are in a long span of some busy work or in a long journey, or you are not supplying food to your body for some sessions, some hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, then you are not getting energy. Yes, we are. Then also we are releasing energy. How it is possible? It is possible that when we supply fats to our body, the fats will be reserved in the body. Why they are reserved? Whenever remaining food is not supplied, they will start giving energy to you. So burning of fats is possible only when the food is not supplied. So don't think that fats are important macronutrients we can supply a lot. Fats can provide energy to you. Fats can give energy to you when you are in a gap between the food and taking food. That's why it is called as a reserve food to the body. See, for example, if you are continuously supplying carbohydrates, then there is no need to supply the fats to the body, because carbohydrates are giving energy to you, continuous energy to you. Then no need to supply fats to the body. So when carbohydrates are not supplied for the long span, then the reserve fats which will give energy to you. So fats are served as a reserve energy to the body. And next I wrote it as and one more function as insulator. What is insulator? Maintaining the temperature. Flask, we use flasks to maintain the temperature of tea or coffee. So it has an insulator sheet inside which makes its temperature to maintain its temperature to constant. In the same way, our body should maintain the temperature constant always. So we need a covering, a protective sheet just beneath the skin, just below the skin. What is the layer just below the skin? A fat layer is there for every individual. What is the use of that fat? It maintains our body temperature not to lose out. So fat is used as an insulator to maintain the body temperature. So these all are called as macronutrients which should be supplied to an organism in large quantities. Yes, dear children. So carbohydrates in a very high amount, proteins in an average amount, and fats in less amount, because it is a reserve food and also used as insulator. Now come to the list of micronutrients. Micro, the name tells, very less to be supplied. What are these micronutrients? We know very well that vitamins, and minerals. We have a list of vitamins which will be provided, supplied in the form of food source. If you eat some, if you drink milk, you will get vitamin A. If you eat citrus, lemon fruit, you will get vitamin C. Like the different food sources are there to give us different kinds of vitamins. And the same time, minerals also. Minerals are salts, sodium, magnesium, potassium. So many kinds of minerals you will take in the form of different food sources. Anyway, vitamins and minerals are said to be micronutrients. They should be supplied in milligrams amount, not even in the grams, milligrams. They will be provided in the grams amount. So why these micronutrients to be supplied? We have one more need to fulfill. We released energy, we maintained our body to increase, show growth and repair, and we are maintaining the body temperature. And what else require more? To keep the body healthy always. To fight against the diseases, the ability called immunity. The disease fighting ability is attained, procured by taking a kind of micronutrients called vitamins and minerals, which provides us immunity to the body, disease fighting capacity. So these are the list of nutrients we need to know. This list is not given in the textbook, but before entering into what is nutrients, which nutrients are needed to the body, we need to know about this. So nutrient is simply called as a food. Nutrient is food. Supply of that food is called as a nutrition. So the list of nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients and more. Now let us see these types of providing nutrition. Why the organism want to provide nutrients to the body? We know that they want to get energy and all these needs. Here, the organisms are classified into two types. The organisms are classified into two types based on how they supply food. Here the question is how organism is supply food. No doubt, if they supply food, they will get all this. And first question is how they supply food to them, their body. So based on that, organisms are two types. There is a first kind of organisms which supply food by themselves, by own. They don't depend on any other organisms to get food. There is a first category of organisms. And second category of organisms, they cannot prepare their own nutrients, and then they cannot supply their own food, that is called nutrition, so they depend on others. So organisms are divided into two types. If they prepare their own nutrients, one organism, they cannot prepare their own nutrients, so they depend on other organisms. Is a second kind of organisms. So let us classify these two kinds of organisms based on the preparing nutrients and supplying to the body.